Hi, friends. We're continuing on our journey through Thanksgiving and looking at what the Apostle Paul has been saying to the church at Philippi. We've looked at chapter 4 for a number of days now. And as we continue in our thoughts, I want to ask you a question. When was the last time somebody really helped you out of a difficult situation? How did that make you feel? How do you think it made them feel? Well, today we see what the Apostle Paul says to the Philippian church as they helped him in a time of trouble. Today is December 8th, 2013, and these are grace moments from my journey home. As we concluded yesterday, we saw the Apostle Paul say something that very often can be misconstrued. In verse 13 of chapter 4 in Philippians, Paul says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And sometimes, unfortunately, the idea of Paul saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, it makes us feel like possibly he was a lone ranger. He and he alone was able to do whatever needed to be done. And he was able to do that through the power of Christ. But what we see as we continue on in this fourth chapter is that Paul was not alone. In fact, he had a great number of people that helped him along the way. I only want us to go one more verse in this fourth chapter of Philippians today. I just want us to see what verse 14 says. Paul says, "Yet it was kind of you," speaking to the Philippian church, "to share my trouble." It was kind of you to share my trouble. Now, friends, you and I both know that this journey of life is not a Lone Ranger journey by any stretch of the imagination. God has placed certain people in our lives at certain times in certain circumstances to be a source of encouragement, a source of God's grace, a source of strength in times that we felt we couldn't face even the next moment. As we continue on with this Thanksgiving journey, and we look at the remainder of this fourth chapter of Philippians over the next few days, I want to encourage you that when you think of those people who God has placed in your life to help you, to give that source of strength, begin to think of your thanksgiving for them. What did it look like? How did you thank them personally? How did you thank God? What kinds of ways did you have an impact in their life and their journey as they had an impact in yours? Some of you may or may not know that part of my ministry over the last 11 or 12 years has been as a police and fire chaplain, and I find myself helping people in situations that seem unbearable. And people often ask me, how do I do that? And I tell them, it's a great privilege to be able to meet a need at that moment that need is right there and really needs to be met. Friends, it's a privilege to share with others' troubles and an opportunity for us to extend God's grace as it's been extended to us. May that be an encouragement to you to care for others, but allow others to care for you. God bless you today.